Frank Miller's Batman Year One. I mean, what can you say? It is an absolute masterpiece. But we're not just here to run through the plot. We're going to dig into why this story is so legendary. It's because it completely redefined Batman by grounding him in this gritty, human reality and telling his story alongside the journey of another man trying to save the exact same city. Everything kicks off on the very same day in January. Two men arrive in Gotham City, and both of them are on a mission to fix it, but they're coming at it from completely different angles. You've got Bruce Wayne, finally back home, and he's fueled by vengeance, ready to use fear as a weapon. And then you have Lieutenant James Gordon, a transfer who believes in justice and the power of the law. They have no idea, but their lives are about to crash into each other and change Gotham forever. So what kind of city are they walking into? Well, this version of Gotham isn't just crime-ridden. It's fundamentally broken. It is rotten from the inside out, a place where the people in power are the biggest criminals of all. And this is the proving ground where our two would-be saviors are about to get tested. And here's the real problem: systemic corruption. The police commissioner himself, a guy named Loeb, is basically working for the mob. Gordon's new partner, Detective Flass, is nothing more than a violent thug with a badge. So in a world like this, an honest cop like Gordon, he's not a hero. He's a problem. And for Bruce Wayne, this means fighting crime isn't just about stopping a few muggers. It's about declaring all-out war on the entire system. Right away, Gotham pushes back, and hard. Both men face these brutal early encounters, and frankly, they fail. But it's in those failures that they're forced to figure out who they need to become to survive and to win. Bruce's first night out is a complete and utter disaster. He goes into the East End, the super rough part of town, with no costume, no gadgets, just his martial arts skills. And he gets absolutely destroyed. He's stabbed, beaten, and barely manages to crawl away. It's a harsh lesson. All that training, all that strength, as just a man, it means nothing. It's not enough. And this is the turning point. He's bleeding out in his father's study, and he has this incredible realization. It's not about being a better fighter. Criminals aren't scared of another man. They need to be scared of something else, something more, an idea, a symbol. And almost like fate, a bat crashes right through the window. And in that moment of total failure, the idea of the Batman is born. At the very same time, Gordon is learning his own lesson. His partner Flass and a bunch of other dirty cops try to scare him into playing along. But Gordon just refuses to break. He chooses to stick to his principles, even when it puts him in danger. He realizes that in a city this dirty, his integrity, that's not a weakness. That's his sharpest weapon. So after getting beaten down by the city, both men put on their masks. For Bruce, it's a literal one, the cowl and cape. But for Gordon, it's a metaphorical one. He becomes the one man in the GCPD with unshakable integrity, which, makes him a total outcast. Batman's official debut is just so bold. He doesn't take down a mugger. No, he crashes a fancy dinner party packed with Gotham's elite. We're talking mob bosses, corrupt politicians, the whole crooked system in one room. He basically declares war on all of them, right to their faces. The message couldn't be clearer. Your money, your power, none of it can protect you now. This spectacular entrance just throws the entire city for a loop. Nobody knows what to think. And suddenly, everyone, from the cops to the public, is asking the exact same question. Is this guy in a bat suit a hero, or is he just another lunatic causing trouble? And the reaction is split right down the middle. On one hand, the entire criminal underworld is suddenly terrified of the dark. But on the other hand, the police, who are supposed to be in charge, are just completely clueless and, frankly, embarrassed. Batman has single-handedly turned Gotham's entire power structure upside down. Now, while Batman is out there using fear, Gordon puts his own mask on for good. After Flass and his buddies beat him with a baseball bat as a warning, Gordon doesn't go file a report. Oh no. He finds Flass, alone, and gives him a beating he will never forget. He sends a message to the whole damn department: "You cannot break me." So up to now, we've had these two guys on parallel paths, fighting the same war on different fronts. But the chaos Batman creates is about to force their worlds to finally collide in one of the most legendary sequences in all of comics. Commissioner Loeb, totally desperate, sets this huge trap. He lures Batman into an abandoned building, and a SWAT team opens fire. Batman is cornered, shot multiple times, It really looks like it's all over. But in a genius move, he triggers a sonic device that calls a massive swarm of bats into the building, causing total chaos. And in the middle of it all, Gordon sees the wounded Batman trying to get away, and he has a choice to make. He just hesitates. And that's all it takes for Batman to slip away. You see, Gordon's choice right there, it wasn't about enforcing the law anymore. It was about what was right. He sees Batman, this outlaw, fighting a system that Gordon knows is rotten to the core. And he sees an ally. He's starting to think that maybe, just maybe, a city this broken needs something as crazy as the Batman. And this all leads to their first real meeting, up on a rooftop. There's no big fight, just this quiet understanding. Gordon probably knows who he is under the mask, but it doesn't even matter. They both want the same thing. And right there, this unofficial, totally illegal, but incredibly powerful alliance is born between the Bat and the Badge. And that alliance, forged in the fires of a corrupt city, is really where the legend of Batman as we know him begins. You honestly can't overstate the impact this one story had on the entire character. Year one just wiped the slate clean. It got rid of all the campiness and gave us a Batman who was human, who could fail, who could bleed. It created that dark, gritty, noir version of Gotham City that we all picture in our heads now. And maybe the most important thing it did was elevate James Gordon from just a side character to a genuine co-star. This wasn't just another comic book. It became the foundation for almost every Batman story that came after it. You can see its DNA in everything from the Arkham video games to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight films. And that brings us back to the heart of the story. It's about two different kinds of heroes. Batman uses fear and his fists, operating outside of a broken law. Gordon fights from within that same system, using nothing but his integrity. He doesn't have $1 billion or ninja training. His only superpower is his decency. And in a city like Gotham, that makes him one of the most heroic people of all. So that's what it leaves you with. Year one isn't just about how Bruce Wayne put on a costume. It's the story of two men trying to save a city's soul. And it leaves us with a pretty powerful question to chew on. In a world that is so completely broken, who's the real hero? The guy who has to break all the rules to get justice? Or the guy who tries to follow them when it feels absolutely impossible?